Hello friends, my name is Shalpa Kakkar. I am from MB Patel English Medium Secondary and Higher Secondary School. Today I have come with Standard 11th History. Today we are going to deal with chapter number 6. The name of the chapter is Mahajan Pad. Students, as you all know, in the previous chapters we did about the ancient, very ancient time. This is totally a different part which we are starting with. We have learnt about the rich heritage of India, rich culture of India, the rich civilization, how the literature was formed, what type of literature was written during that time. Now, the time has come when we are going to deal with the post Vedic time. We have done about the Vedic times, then the post Vedic times, and then further, if we see about the ancient time, we get the knowledge of all these things from the literature, the books available with us. With the help of Buddhist literature and Jainism, Jain literature, we got to know about the contemporary times, the India of that time. India, as you all know, was very big, huge country, but it was divided into smaller parts. They were known as Ganrajya or Mahajanpad. There were in all 16 big and small states which were called as Ganrajya or Mahajanpad. According to the information collected from the books of Buddhism and Jainism, Purans and other Sanskrit literature, there was not a single ruler who was ruling the entire India. It was divided into parts. The entire North India was fragmented into many kingdoms. These kingdoms, according to the book Anguttara Nikaya, it has 16 Mahajanpads, Ganrajya. This book is written in Pali language. Besides these, in other books of Buddha Dharma, some of the following states are mentioned. Very prominent states were there. You all have heard about Magad, Ang, Kashi, Koshala, Malla, Chedi, Kuru, Panchal, Matsya. All these kingdoms were there in the northern part of India. So, if we see, then there were 16 bigger and smaller states in India. These states were the groups. They were the free and sovereign states of India. In Bauddha Granths, there is a mention of Gan state of different types. It includes Lichavis of Vaishali, Shakyas of Kapilvastu, Mallas of Pava and Kushinagar, Maurya of Pipilavana, Mag of Sumasura Giri and Vidyas of Mithili. Panini book has mentioned about the different guns and the songs. The book was Ashtadhyayi, and in that book we have the information about these 4 well established and strong nations, strong states. As I told you previously, it was divided into 16 parts. The smaller states were conquered by the bigger states, the stronger kings, and they were reduced to 4 major states. Those 4 major states were Vaishali, Kapilvastu, Pava and Kushinara, and Magad. So all these things were described in different books, and the authenticity is that all the books, after the historians study all these books, they have come to this conclusion. One of the major kingdoms were Vaishali. At this time, the Lichavi Gan state was very strong. 9 states of Malgarn and 18 states of Kashi Kushala were under the aegis of Sardar Chetak of Lichavi, who formed a formidable Sangh. Sangh means the community. Vaishali at the time was the capital of Lichavis. It was a prosperous and rich state. There were many halls, rest houses, lakes full of lotus, vihars, chaityas, palaces. And the famous dancer Amrapali, which I talked about in our previous chapter, who had taken up Buddhism, Bauddha Dharma, who had put Amravan at the same time of the sub kings, generals, Amravan at the feet of Lord Buddha. And in the administration of the state of Vaishali, there were so many kings and sub kings who had followed Buddhism. It can be inferred that the citizens participated in the state administration. There were committees and the members which were taking care of external and internal management of the kingdom. The unity and discipline of the people of Lichavi was very good. People appreciated their unity. Their greatness was manifested in their character. The second major sovereign state was Kapilvastu. Shakya, they were known as Shakyo. It has given to the world great person like Lord Buddha. According to the mention of Dr. Radha Kumud Mukherjee, there were 80,000 families or the population of 5 lakhs. It was a republic form of government. In their Santhagra, that is in their parliament, there were 500 members. The president was called as Raja. After 3 readings only, law was passed. So as we have the democracy, at that time also they were following the democracy. In important questions, the voting was done through Shalaka. That is, different colors were there, sticks were there for voting. Some questions were delegated to smaller committees for discussion. The Shankya were proud of their culture and nobility. From the stories of Buddha, it seems that the society was based on equality. The next major kingdom was Pava Kushinara. One of the branches of Mallas was in Pava and the other was in Kushinagar. Mahavir Jain had Nirvan in Pavapuri and Gautam Buddha had in Kushinara. Malla state was a republic Sangh state. In every state, its members were known as kings. In Pava, Mallas had made parliament house that is called as Ubitak. Here, the administrative officers were called as Purisha, which were very close to the present day police. This state had renowned teachers like Bhikkhu, Anand and Anirudh. Besides these, other free and republic states that could be mentioned are Gan states, Ramgrama, Kolia and Morio of Piplavan. The construction, organization and administration of all these Gan states to the greater extent was similar to Lichavis, Mallas and Shakyas. The The most important kingdom was Magad, which again rose to be the most powerful kingdom among the 16 Mahajanpads of North India. These this state consists of Koshala, Vats, Avanti, and Magad states. These were very powerful. They were competing for superiority. The development of Magad from a small state to a great state is a notable fact of the Indian history at the time of Buddha. The reason for the rise of Magad was that it wasn't a single state which was powerful. Koshala Devi, the sister of Prasenjit, the king of Koshala, had been married to the king of Magad, Bimbisar. After killing his brother Bimbisar, Ajatashatru occupied the throne of Magad, and to take away Kashi, he waged a war with Prasenjit. Prasenjit was defeated. Thereafter, with the help of the minister of Prasenjit, Vidu Dhaba revolted and occupied the throne of Kaushal kingdom. Darshaka, the king of Magas, seemed to have suppressed the opposition by establishing the marriage relation with the princess of Vats Vansh. At this time, it was more strategic to establish empire in Magad than in anywhere else among the other states of India. See, this is politics. The power of the person helps them to become the king. With that, they should have the strategy also. They won. They won the kingdoms in two ways: either marrying the princess of the states, or by waging wars. The location again, it was a strategic place, natural strategic place, you can say it, because it was located near the rivers like Ganga, Shona, Gandhaki, and Gogra. At the time of war, they were used to waterways. On the south of Magad, there was a vast area of mineral iron, which was very strategic for trade even. From the beginning, Magad and the eastern countries had remained separated from Vedic culture. Therefore, Aryans who hated such non Brahmins and Vratyas were more powerful. On the one hand, non Brahmins and Vratyas were pushing away political aspects of Vedic culture, and on the other hand, Buddhists and Jain were destroying the religious hierarchy. Thus, it was the beginning of New Age. Actually, it was not that they were deliberately doing it, because people started following Buddhism and Jainism because of the liberal outlook of the religion. They were not rigid, and that is why this religious hierarchy was destroying. In short, out of the four states of 7th century BC, two states of Avanti and Vats were out of the competition of becoming superpowers. Then, in the 6th century BC, only two states, Magad and Koshala, remained in the race of becoming superpowers. Some scholars give the credit to Magad to become superpower because Prasenajit, the king of Koshala, was defeated by Ajatashatru, the king of Magad. So, when you read this, you will understand in a better way that how the vast empire, which was divided into 16 Mahajanpads, when they combined together and reduced to four major, important, strong, powerful states, then how that powerful state became one. So, this is the starting of the history of ancient time. Till the previous chapter, we did about spiritual work. Now, we are entering into politics. How the politics played its part in the development and the progress of the country. Students, for better understanding, read the chapter. Till the next session, you may be confused by listening to these many names, but read it so that you understand it well. Read the chapter. Till then, bye.